Good day, everyone. Meteorologist Mark Muller here. How's everybody getting along? Well, let's take a look here. We got Hurricane Earl likely to become a major hurricane. Also dealing with Tropical Storm Danielle up here in the North Atlantic, likely to affect parts of Western Europe here. That's pretty interesting. And look at this. We got two areas in the main development region of the Atlantic we're going to be keeping an eye on here as we go throughout time. Take a look at that. Some big waves out here. We'll see in time here. See what happens with Hurricane K up along the Baja California. Is this going to bring big rains to Southern California? It sure looks like it. A typhoon brewing out here in the Western Pacific. We'll take a look at that. And as we go in time, is the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean really going to heat up here as we head towards the 3rd and 4th week of September? We'll get into all that and what's with all the unsettled weather here along the U.S. East Coast. Let's take a look. All right, so let's take a look here. You know, Earl is going to be really heading towards Category 3 here. Take a look at the latest GFS here, really pushing to the northeast. This is 8 p.m. on Friday. So, yeah, we're going to be watching some of these areas out here in the Atlantic as well, this whole area as we go in time. And then look at this. We got a big old slug of tropical moisture, and I'm going to show you as we head through time. It's going to show up on the Euro, too. Something interesting happens in the eastern Gulf of Mexico here. And take a look at this. As we head in time, there is what's left of Hurricane K by this point, a tropical storm. Look how close it comes to Southern California, bringing some big old rains here into Los Angeles. Look at that. And it's going to kind of do a loop, so to speak, here. So watch this. As we head in time here, we have this tropical moisture, and I'm going to talk more about this. See this tropical connection here? It's going to be heading north along the Appalachians and the East Coast, so stay tuned a little bit later in the video. I'm going to go over rainfall amounts and how this could affect your weather next week from the weekend into next week across the east. It's definitely going to have a major impact, a possible high-impact event here. But here we go. As we go in time, take a look what we got going on here. So, yeah, there's not too much to talk about through the 13th of September here. Here's the 14th. We got a little wave out here. Here's this little wave action going on. But at this point, you know, we're watching these waves, waiting for these big waves to come off the Cape Verde Islands here. You know, and we'll be dealing with some what's left over of these hurricanes in the North Atlantic, so to speak. But look what's starting to happen here. You got kind of an Eastern Pacific connection pushing some moisture here into the Gulf of Mexico. We have another tropical wave. This is by Wednesday, September 14th. And watch what happens here. Let's go in time. This is what I really wanted to show you. Things stay pretty active here across the Gulf. So we have two tropical systems by this point, tropical disturbances. One around San Juan, Puerto Rico, and another here into the eastern Gulf. This is by Thursday, September 15th. And as we continue in time here, look at how stubborn this is here along the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Look at this. This is Saturday, September 17th. The Euro, and I'll show you the Euro momentarily, is definitely maintaining this stubbornness as well. So, and look at there, the Eastern Pacific just ramping up here, so to speak. And we have a few other tropical waves out here into the Virgin Islands as well. And watch, we got another big one coming off the coastline here. But watch as we go in time here. Watch what the GFS does. It tries to develop this into something. You know, this is by Saturday, September 17th at 11 p.m. Look what's going on here. Thunderstorms are trying to wrap around this center of circulation. You can really start to see it here. The Euro does an even better job at showing how pronounced it is, and I'll show you that momentarily. But look at this. Yeah, we're literally getting here into some of these feeder bands heading into New Orleans here, Gulfport, Mobile. Don't focus on the point, though. This is a little ways out. This could be a couple hundred miles west or east of this point. But look at this. That heads inland. And look at that. It remains very, very, very active. This is showing up on the Euro, too. I'll show you momentarily. Look at this big old slug. This is going to be a problem here. We could have quite a few named storms coming out of all of this activity. And look at this. We got even tropical waves, you know, developing back towards the Virgin Islands here, more off the Cape Verdes. And as we continue in time here, take a look at this. We'll head to the end of the time frame here and look what we got going on here. This is some active weather here. Wednesday, September 21st. There it is. Last one's the 21st. Look at this. This could be another storm. So yeah, things are definitely really going to start to open up here in the Atlantic. And look at this mega system out here. We could be looking at quite a few more named storms as we head throughout the month of September. Now, I wanted to show you pretty quick here into the Gulf. Look at this. This just showed up on the end of the GFS run. Look at this. This is pretty persistent. This could be another named storm by Thursday, September 22nd. So we'll watch to see if the Euro confirms this one as well. That one takes it into East Texas. So very interesting times we are in right now. All right, so taking a look at the Euro here, here's what we got going on. So essentially, we have this high pressure. This is going to be our big wild card. So right now, things are pinwheeling right around this way. And, of course, high pressure starting to build in here to the northeast. This will be temporary as we get another trough, starting to develop next week. But look at all this tropical moisture from the eastern Pacific streaming into the eastern Gulf. We have to watch this time of year because there's going to be something showing up here, in the coming weeks here in the Gulf of Mexico. So take a look what the Euro's doing here. These next couple systems are much further to the south as this high pressure really starts to build. And as you can see, this is Monday, September 12th. Take a look at this. High pressure moves off the U.S. East Coast. There's that trough kicking in. Here's that another high pressure. So we have dual highs. If any of these systems become strong enough, they can still find a weakness between these two subtropical ridges, but I expect these to continue to build simultaneously. Here's what's left of Danielle approaching Portugal and Spain, so that could be a problem. And look at this. We got a big old slug of moisture here from the Western Gulf to the Caribbean. Eastern Pacific remaining pretty active as well. So as we get towards, let's say, Wednesday, September 15th here, take a look at what's going on here. Essentially, there is that consolidation of these high-pressure systems. Also another high really forming. So we got like a quad high here. Just one right up lining in a row. And if we were to get any tropical systems, they would have to be steered to the Caribbean into the Gulf like this. Here's what's left of our systems here. There's what's left of Danielle. And here in the Eastern Pacific, things are going to really start to ramp up again. You can see the next possible system here. What's showing up here on the Euro? Well, if you take a look, those highs remain very stubborn, just as I suspected they were. But look at this. We have a couple tropical waves here. Even one entering here, the Gulf of Mexico. This is by Friday, September 16th. This is around the time frame I think things are really going to start to go downhill in the tropics. And you can see that high pressure. Look at our steering currents here. So yeah, we got this cutoff low up here in the northeast, but we got this high and this big old high. So it's going to keep these tropical waves on a trajectory through the Caribbean islands. So you're going to see a lot of heavy rains here. And look at this. There's a system here in the eastern Gulf by this point, Sunday, September 18th. And that was showing up on the Euro too, or the GFS for that matter, as I showed you earlier. Take a look at that. That's towards New Orleans. Looks very similar to the GFS. And look how these high-pressure systems just kind of consolidate across the eastern part of the United States. So you get a little bit of troughiness, but that quickly fades away here towards third week of September. We're going to see these trajectories head more this direction. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out here. And look at the Eastern Pacific just heating up here as well, just feeding right into this. And as we go towards the end of the forecast period here on the Euro, Monday, September 19th into Tuesday, September 20th, take a look at this. What's left of that system going around the periphery of this high, look at all this tropical moisture. We're going to see multiple systems, it looks like, out of this situation. So as we continue to go in time here, this is the end of the slide, but definitely going to be watching more areas. So definitely stay tuned here. Things are going to get interesting, and these high-pressure systems, this is what I was afraid was going to happen, are going to remain very stubborn to the north. All right, so let's take a look at the Eastern Pacific. Other than K here, we're going to be dealing with other systems that form behind K. Doesn't look like, we might have another hurricane here by Wednesday, September 14th, so don't be surprised here. But it doesn't seem to really last too much longer because, look at it, actually makes landfall here just east of Acapulco. Let's back that up. So, yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on this, but, as we go in time, definitely maintaining a very active signature here in the Eastern Pacific. So, definitely something we'll keep an eye on. We definitely see more named storms coming out of all of this. So, yeah, Definitely something to keep an eye on. But look at that. There's another feature there into the Gulf. Look at that. That is pretty interesting, to say the least here. So take a look at that. That could be another system here by Thursday, September 22nd here into the western Gulf of Mexico. And what's going on here in the Western Pacific? Muifa here. Take a look at this. Definitely going to become a typhoon. Let's see what this happens, because look, this goes out to September 13th here. 100-mile-per-hour winds with gusts to 120. Take a look at that. So let's put this into motion, see what the GFS is going to show. It's going to come really close here. There it is, the 12th of September. Official track from the Hurricane Center, taking it really close, but look at that. Kind of stalls it out here for a time just east of Taipei, Taiwan. And watch what happens here. It eventually brings it north along the Chinese coastline here. This is Thursday, September 15th. Look at this. It's got its crosshairs Shanghai. Look at this. So yeah, we could be dealing with a pretty decent typhoon off the coast of Shanghai, China. And that kind of stalls off the coast Friday, September 16th into the 17th. It rides up along the coast here north of Shanghai by this point. There's the eye of it. So yeah, it takes it north towards northeast China at this point, eventually, potentially into North Korea. And look at this, potential another typhoon right behind it. Will it affect Japan? Well, this is pretty far out, Wednesday, September 21st, but look at that. It literally takes it right into Japan. All right, so let's take a look at the Euro. The GFS and the Euro have been agreeing unanimously lately, and you can see, look at the pattern here as we take a look how it's going to affect the tropics versus your storm pattern. There's that trough across central North America. There's Earl, kind of pinwheeling up this direction. Blocking going on here in Greenland. That's interesting. And look at this cutoff low along the Gulf Coast here. So as we continue in time, watch how that ridge builds along the U.S. East Coast. This isn't a Sunday. So yeah, you're going to see some temporary nice weather here along the U.S. East Coast. But, that'll break down a little bit. We got that trough kind of kicking in here from the northwest. And you can see how that kind of just really sets up shop. So yeah, we're going to see another unsettled week here across parts of the Great Lakes Northeast, similar to the one we just saw. Not as much rain though, thankfully, but it's still going to be showery. So if you want to get out there and get some stuff done, it's not going to be as easy as it was the weekend. But you can see here, take a look at the ridging start here in the western Atlantic here. Also, there's that area of high pressure. So as we kick it through time here, take a look at this. That lifts out. This is Friday, September 16th. So we're really going to start to warm things up, build this ridge, so to speak, and that's going to combine forces, as I showed you on the Euro, with the Euro synopsis map here earlier. You can see how that just builds across the eastern part of the United States. So this high pressure is going to continue to keep these any tropical systems potentially entering the Gulf here, and you see that next trough here kicking in across the Rockies, but that keeps the ridge here alive back east. So let's take a look here, see what's going to go on. We'll show you the mesoscale models here. Look at this big old mess here in the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, we have some spotty showers and thunderstorms that are going to continue along the Appalachians. You can see the flow pattern though. It's from the northeast here initially. So look at this big old slug of moisture down here for your Friday, starting off really early morning. Let's put this into motion. This is 11 a.m. Friday morning, so you're eking out an awesome day here across much of the east. But look at the southeast here. This is where trouble is brewing. It doesn't look like this is going to become a tropical system, but stranger things have happened. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But look how the flow pattern starts to come onshore here. Friday, 8 p.m. This becomes quite a mess here across the Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Watch out here. And I'll show you those rainfall totals momentarily. Look how this heads into Saturday. Saturday morning, a big old slug of moisture makes it as far north as the central Appalachians in Kentucky here. And look at this big old slug. This is going to continue to feed into Georgia here. And as we go in time, the rest of the weekend here, look how far north. We're just going to see this big old band of tropical moisture. This is Saturday at 9 p.m. Getting pretty far north here into western New York, western Pennsylvania, but I think areas east and along Interstate 81 will remain dry. We have enough dry air to continue here, but let's see if that continues through at least, there it is, Sunday morning. So we start to get a little bit of rainfall here approaching from the west. All right, so rainfall at least through the weekend here. Where are the trouble areas? Well, this is through Sunday morning. Take a look at this. You pretty eke out a really nice weekend here across the Northeast, but look how quickly that's going to fade into next week. Look at this slug of tropical moisture here. Look, I mean, these are totals in the 4 to 6 inch range coming out of the Gulf, and we get on land here, that's going to be 2 to 4 inches of rain up and through Georgia, the Carolinas, and that funnels 1 to 2 inches here into parts of the Virginias, Maryland, and then eventually into south central PA. And watch this. This is heading into Monday. Look how that just pummels across the Northeast. Now, granted, it doesn't get tremendous totals up here into the Binghamton area, but still, you're going to see 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here. And as we go into the Northeast here, let's take this regionally. Take a look at this. There it is. That's through Sunday. So you're going to eke out, if you're south of Interstate 80 in Pennsylvania, your weekend's going to end wet here. Now, look how quickly that starts to really ramp up here. Look at that. So, yeah, heading on into, if you're north of Interstate 80, it's going to have a hard time getting into this drier air. But watch as we head into Monday and Tuesday here. Look how that just overtakes much of the Northeast. So, yeah, the wet weather's going to be back here. Now, if we take a look at the GFS here, let's go back to the national view here momentarily. So, take a look at this. There it is, heading on into Sunday. So, yeah, very similar to the Euro until, look at this, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is a bit troubling for the Northeast. Take a look at this. We're really getting into some tremendous amounts of rain here. 3-4 inches here into parts of eastern Pennsylvania and New York. We just saw that amount here into parts of the Northeast this past week. So let's go regionally here on the GFS. And if we continue to put this into motion, look at this. This is heading on to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Look at this. Yeah, this is a bit troubling. Granted, this is a little far out, but you know what? The trend is there. Look at this from central Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania. We could be seeing totals of 2.5 to as much as 3.5 inches in a widespread area here. So if you're in the State College, Williamsport, Binghamton, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Catskills, Poconos, parts of even southeastern Pennsylvania here, parts of Connecticut, definitely stay tuned here. All right, so let's take a look at the drought map. Yeah, the Northeast here. This is where we've been focusing the latest as of Thursday, September 8th here. Look at the Northeast here. I'm zooming in as much as I can because I know this key can be a little bit dicey with these color codes. But take a look at this. Most of the yellow areas here are the dry zones. You're just borderline drought. And some of these areas have been knocked back to dry, which is good news. But see this moderate to severe drought, especially into this darker orange. It's expanding across parts of central northern New Jersey, southern New Jersey, most of Long Island. You're still in the severe drought technically. But look at here. Look at this little hole across Connecticut and Rhode Island. This is great news. You're knocked down to a moderate drought. Now, you know, that's still terrible. But it's a lot better than you saw. And look you see less extreme drought showing up here. You see some red areas here right around the Boston area and this extreme southern part of Rhode Island. But, you know, for the most part, we've been getting some beneficial rains. We need more, though. All right, any major cool downs? Well, I wanted to show you the bigger picture map here this evening because look at this. Yeah, this is that fall system a lot of people have been talking about that's ejecting out of the Rockies into the plains. You get all these 90s, but look at this. This is heading into the Northeast. It's still got 80s here Friday, September 9th. But watch as we head into the weekend here. That cooler air, look at this, is going to pivot eastward here. And, of course, take a look at this. Yeah, we see a return to some mid-80s here in the Northeast. But as we head towards Sunday here, you start to see some cooler air pivoting here across the lakes. And watch how this moves as we head next week. It kind of moderates a little bit, but there's an area of low 70s, right around 70 degrees in Chicagoland there. Take a look here, the Northeast. We're still holding on to 80 degrees in most areas Monday, September 12th. But look at this. As we head towards Tuesday, September 13th here, take a look at this. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So we're going to knock some 70s down here across the Northeast. And as we head into Wednesday, September 14th, look at this. It moderates a bit. So not looking too bad. No major large areas of cool downs expected. Extended outlook for my hometown viewers. Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna River Valley of upstate New York and northeast Pennsylvania. Friday through Tuesday, sunny both Friday and Saturday. Warming temperatures into the mid-80s by Saturday, but look at that nice sleeping weather until you get to Sunday into Monday. We have that slug of tropical moisture coming in from the southeast, the Gulf of Mexico, that'll be riding up the Appalachians into the northeast, and we have that chance of a shower, especially after 5 p.m. on Sunday into Monday. Better chance of rain, but look at that. Tuesday will likely be an all-day rain event, up to a half an inch of rain, but the good news is it may begin to dry out by Wednesday. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. There's links in the description down below for all the good stuff. I am working on my winter weather 2022-2023 outlook. Get my Facebook page at Medium Log. That's my main page. Also, Weather Northeastern. Also, Twitter at Weather Eastern. As always, smash the like button, question or comment down below. Thanks for joining me.